Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Smart Lawyers Love Dumb Nurses. My name is Brian Smith, and I want to continue my discussion about your job interview. We have 14 more hard questions that you will give a A+ answer to. So let's get started. The HR personnel or your prospective manager will ask you these questions, so there will be no surprises during your job interview. And remember, you may have more than one. You may have a phone interview, you may have one on Zoom, and you also may have one face-to-face. You're going to be a little bit more nervous than usual, but if you are prepared, you will knock it out of the park. So let's get started. What do you see as your greatest weakness? Now, this is a tough one for most people to answer. Some will say, I have no weaknesses, and of course we do not want to say that. That shows a little bit of arrogance, overconfidence, maybe a little bit naive. You want to pick a minor weakness. Show that you're working to improve on that minor weakness. Highlight self-awareness and a growth mindset. Put a positive spin on it to show how you're already addressing it. Yes, you are aware of it, so that when this question comes up, it will not blindside you. Well, I didn't think about that. I don't really have any weaknesses. Let me give you an example. I used to overthink small tasks, so I adopted a quick decision-making framework. Now I'm more decisive and focused on high-impact projects. Hard question number 2. What are your salary requirements? It's important for you to research market rates for your role. Now, this podcast is focused and directed toward new nurses, student nurses, graduate nurses, but whatever your profession, you want to make sure you research before you go in for that job interview. And again, it could be Zoom, it could be face-to-face, it could be a phone call for the first interview, but there's usually more than one. If possible, ask for their range first. What is your range for the salary? When pressed, share a justified range, but stay flexible. Focus on your value. I put emphasis on value and frame it as a partnership to find the right fit. Let me give you an example. I'm open, but my research shows that the range is $70,000 to $90,000 for similar roles. I'm confident we can land on a figure that reflects my contributions. Let's go to the next question now. Tell me about yourself. Here you want to share a brief, engaging story that connects with your strengths to the role. Not something about your hobbies or about what you like to do in your off-work times. HR and basically your manager do not care about your personal life. They want to hear about what strengths you bring to the role. Link your personal passions to your professional successes. Show genuine enthusiasm for that specific opportunity. Share your context and the actions you took and give your results. For example, I grew up loving data, which led to my success in strategic planning. An example, I've always wanted to be a nurse, which led to me being successful as a certified nursing assistant, helping my grandfather when he was sick. I gained a lot of experience from that. And I have a plan now, once I get my degree, that I'm going to do that kind of work for the rest of my life. Let's go to the next question. Why did you leave your previous job? Here you want to highlight growth opportunities that you sought. You want to remain professional. Avoid negative remarks. Frame it as a step forward in your career. Let me give you an example. I left to pursue growth opportunities. I want to take on more complex challenges and advance toward my long-term career goals. Let's go to the next question. Why should we hire you? Show how your skills solve their key challenges. Share your past successes that align with their goals. Be sure to emphasize cultural and a team fit. Let me give you an example. My experience streamlining operations reduced costs by 20% in my last role. I solved challenges similar to what you're offering today. Next question. How do you handle stress? Here you want to offer practical examples of staying calm under pressure. Demonstrate healthy coping strategies and resilience. Remember, some of their questions are designed to see how you handle stress during your job interview. So highlight results from stressful situations. An example would be, during a major product launch, I stayed calm by creating a clear action plan for each day. Next question. I see there's a gap in your resume. Here you want to be honest and concise, focusing on what you learned. Show how you stayed productive with your courses, you went back to school, or you had a project you were working on, or you worked on your skills. You want to show confidence and explain how you're ready to return to work. Let me give you an example. I took time off to care for a family member, but I also completed an online leadership program. It sharpened my problem-solving skills and prepared me for bigger challenges. Next question. How do you deal with conflicts? Here you want to highlight active listening and empathy first. Show a willingness to find common ground. You want to say that you believe in resolving conflicts diplomatically and fairly. Let me give you an example. When conflicts arise, I scheduled a quick chat to clarify perspectives and find a middle ground. Having the conversation early prevents bigger issues. Next question. Tell me about a time you failed. Here you want to own the mistake without excuses. Highlight lessons learned with corrective actions. Show how it influenced your future success. An example would be, I missed a key project deadline once. I revamped my planning, redid my process, and delivered ahead next time. I learned from my mistake. Next question. What's your best accomplishment? Select a success relevant to what they are looking for as their priorities. Explain measurable impact and results. Make sure the impact is measurable and the results. Connect it to a problem-solving strength. You can solve problems. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Here you want to paint a vision aligned with company growth. Show ambition tempered with realistic steps. emphasize continuous learning and leadership potential. Example would be, I see myself leading strategic initiatives, mentoring team members, and driving measurable growth within the organization. Next question, why do you want this job? Here you want to tie your personal passion to their mission. Show alignment with your career goals. And highlight how you'll continue to do what you've been doing right away. An example would be, your innovative culture aligns with my passion. There's a creative problem-solving situation here, making a sustainable business impact. What motivates you? Here you want to share what drives you, such as growth or making an impact related to solving problems, solving challenges. An example would be, overcoming challenges keeps me driven, especially when I see meaningful results for the team. What questions do you have? Focus on expectations. Ask about team culture and collaborations. Show genuine curiosity for their vision. An example it would be, how do you measure success for this position? What support is there for me to have professional growth? That's a great question. I think this is a good time to stop for today. My name is Dr. Brian Smith. Stay focused, stay inspired, and stay tuned. Thank you for listening.